A cryptic line of thought reduces one's inspiration to come from within, like a special formula specifically designed by one's own genome. This is not used often enough, or at all, for one does not take it as a real indication of the spark that was created for them from Source. Their keen sense of a learned being is one enriched by outside sources. An example of this states, as a writer takes on a project, they must then decide where their inventory will come from. Sometimes it is from other writers' belongings, such as books, or their own experiences from the surrounding world. For the most part, the real part is the one that is missing to all of this. It is due to a skipping over of something so delicate that is accessed only through one's own choice. One could say it is like listening in, as if a pin were dropped. It rarely is heard by many, because the many don't choose to want to hear. One could say that the patience required to hear a pin drop over and over again would be out of the question, that it would be far too tedious to bore oneself with something so mundane while there is a whole world full of noise to discover out there. Well, such was the case as in the apple that drew Eve away from her better judgment that she knew from within. Let's just say the noise of creations that are outside of one's world take up one's attention, leaving no time for anything else. The biggest letdown from all of this has gotten to be that one has now become a puppet to the many puppeteers or structures that control their lives. Is this an existence of what one may call a life of fortune and fame? Any enjoyment taken from this concurs only with one aspect of self, which is ego. And while the ego is having fun living in the outside structure of all that is controlled by the puppeteers, a pin could never be heard. A whole other world is going on right under their ears. This is our world, with a view from the top, a view from all over and around all, encased with all-knowing. There is no finer explanation, according to any text, than the birthright of every human's capacity to extract the all-knowing that you are. Step aside from the noise just for a moment. Gather in your mind a ball of fresh breath. Gently release the breath. Listen. That is where the pin drops. One's wealth is discovered there.